play between Louisville and Virginia Tech. Welcome to University of Louisville Cardinal basketball. And we welcome you to Castle Coliseum on the campus of Virginia Tech, Blacksburg, Virginia. Louisville and Virginia Tech. Hello, everybody. David Sullivan with you once again for this Metro Conference game. It was 2 weeks ago tonight that Virginia Tech was soundly defeated by Louisville in Freedom Hall. Tech believes that coming back to its home court, where it's undefeated this season, could make the difference. Don Russell on a special assignment tonight. Tony Branch with me. Tony, this could be quite a basketball game and a test for Louisville tonight.
It certainly could. As we see by the sellout crowd tonight here in Virginia Tech, they are excited and think that they can have a major upset tonight over Louisville. And one of their finest players is freshman Ace Custis. He's doing an outstanding job rebounding for them this year, also shooting 55% from the floor, and scored 18 points on Louisville 2 weeks ago in Freedom Hall. Now, if we go on to Louisville, we're looking at the R factor. We're talking about Clifford Rozier. Both teams' game plan center around how Rozier plays. He's 12th in the nation in rebounding and was also the Metro Conference Player of the Year last year.
Let's look at the game plan for tonight's ball game between Virginia Tech and Louisville, Tony, with our Budweiser game plan brought to you by Budweiser. Proud to be your Bud. Let's take a look first at Virginia Tech.
They must keep the winning score under 76 points, and they'll do that by controlling the tempo, taking 25 to 30 seconds each time they have the basketball. Rebound their defensive boards. Louisville had 18 offensive rebounds on Virginia Tech 2 weeks ago. And lastly, they need to score consistently. They can't go in spurts of 3, 4, 5 minutes without scoring against the 12th ranked team in the nation. And for Louisville, the R factor, they have to double team Rozier when he gets the ball, so the other players have to spot up, get the ball back out. Their defensive pressure showed 2 weeks ago that they can take control of the game defensively and speed it up and use their speed quickness in the open floor. And focus on the Hokies. Don't look forward to VCU on Saturday, looking to get revenge from the first upset at Freedom Hall.
As we said, it is a sellout. There may be a few empty seats because of icy roads, but they're packing it in here at Castle Coliseum. We'll be back with the introduction of starting lineups after this timeout. Castle Coliseum in Blacksburg, Virginia. Louisville and Virginia Tech getting ready to play, and right now we're going to take a look at the starting lineups into tonight's game. First of all, we're going to check out the University of Louisville Cardinals, brought to you by your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. And you look at Louisville, and of course it's a couple of freshmen, Tony Branch, that have figured prominently in their early success.
Just take a look at Louisville's game last Saturday. DeJuan Wheat hits the winning game shot at the end of the game. What poise for a freshman. His teammates call him cool, and he is all of that.
Denny Crum in his 23rd season, over 500 victories. He's won 73% of his games. That's 9th among active coaches in the game. Now for Virginia Tech, your Chrysler Plymouth dealers starting lineup for the Hokies. It's a rather young team, but that is also somewhat deceiving. You have one experienced man right in the middle.
Jimmy Caruth, he grew 10 inches since he was in 8th grade. He outweighs Rozier by 20 pounds. He's going to lean on him tonight.
Bill Foster, his 3rd season. He's 26 years in the head coaching business and won 464 overall. That's a look at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers starting lineups, and we'll be back with tonight's opening tip-off from Blacksburg, Virginia.
Cardinal basketball is sponsored by Pepsi-Cola General Bottlers, makers of Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and today's All Sport, the isotonic drink of the Louisville Cardinals. By Great Financial Federal, your key to financial security. By Alliant Health System, where wonders never cease. By McDonald's, what you want is what you get at McDonald's today. And by Golden Flake, the crispiest chip in Louisville.
We are back here at Castle Coliseum. As we mentioned, it is a sellout tonight. And I remind you that the first half of tonight's basketball game is brought to you by McDonald's. What you want is what you get at McDonald's today. The series record between these two, it has been certainly dominated by Louisville, as the Cardinals have won 24 and lost 8. And they've won 8 of the last 9 that have been played here in Blacksburg. And the last meeting we mentioned, handily won by the University of Louisville.
Dave, what Louisville has to be ready for, they have to be ready to play tonight. Virginia Tech upset Tulane in here this year, and also in the Metro Conference tournament at postseason last year.
The opening tap taken by Virginia Tech. Good. Out to Jay Purcell, a senior guard. He did not have a good game against Louisville in Freedom Hall. Purcell, he only scored 8 points. And you know that Virginia Tech needs more production out of him if they're going to be successful here tonight. An early whistle and a foul is called against Louisville on that right side, and that's where Jason Osborne is operating. That's number 1 on Osborne.
Jason's guarding Ace Custis. That's a tough assignment for Jason. Looks like they're trying to attack Jason inside if possible.
Here's the outside pass to the freshman Custis. Ace Custis inside the arc. Rebound just comes right into the hands of Jason Osborne. So the game is scoreless as we move to the other end of the floor, and Louisville sets up its offense. Osborne traveling down. Great pass to Rozier. His shot is no good. He's hammered across the arm by Jimmy Carruth.
I tell you one thing that makes Louisville so tough is if you look out there on the floor, you'd think that maybe DeJuan Wheat was leading the team in assists, but Jason Osborne is leading the team in assists. So you have a 6'8" point guard on your team, and that makes it difficult and allows DeJuan to get open for more shots.
Well, Rozier has had his struggle at the free throw strike this season, hitting 56%. And he misses both of them, but the rebound comes to Osborne. Shot no good. Rebound comes off to Good. And that first foul was on Good rather than Carruth. That's Jimmy Jackson, number 3, the forward, out to Carruth in the top. Now, Carruth did not start against Louisville in Freedom Hall 2 weeks ago, coming off an injury. Purcell throws it up. Bounce back, jump shot outside, no good. And it's controlled over to Morton. Nice way of slapping it out of there by Jason Osborne. Osborne thought about a 3. Quick move to Juan Wheat. Threw it away. First turnover. Purcell gets the first basket of the game.
That may get him going because he did not play well at Freedom Hall 2 weeks ago.
Juan Wheat sets up Louisville's offense. They trail now 2-0 here early in this ball game. Jason Osborne has it knocked out of bounds. They're going to call a foul, though. It goes against Virginia Tech on
number 21, Sean Good.
That's Sean Good. That's 2 on Sean Good very early, the sophomore out of Columbus, Indiana.
One thing that Virginia Tech cannot afford to do tonight is to get into foul trouble anywhere, because I think they lose something when they go to their bench.
Well, Louisville as a team has struggled on free throw shooting. Osborne has been hitting 54%. Gets 42% of his three-pointers.
I'm not sure what it is, but he's a much better shooter than that, and I think as time goes along, we'll see him shoot free throws a lot better.
Louisville 1 out of 4 from the foul line in the first minute of this game. They trail 2-1 to Virginia Tech. Carruth, shot partially blocked, picked up by Rozier. Minor over to Wheat. Juan Wheat kicks it over to Morton. Morton against Jackson now as the shot clock moves inside the 22nd mark. Louisville is yet to score a field goal. Long shot or pass is off the mark to Jackson. There's a jump shot off the mark. Carruth with it at the top. Now over to Jackson. It's 2-1 in favor of Virginia Tech. Good against DeJuan Wheat. Carruth in the middle.
Dave, Virginia Tech looks like a much sharper team with adrenaline. They're a different team than what we saw 2 weeks ago.
3 seconds, 2 seconds on the shot clock. And they did not make maximum use of it and come up with nothing. DeJuan Wheat. Jump shot is good. That's a two-pointer for DeJuan Wheat. First field goal of the game for Louisville. And the Cardinals lead 3-2. First lead of the game for Louisville. Good. Figures over to Purcell. This is a three-pointer. Rebound to Rozier. Ahead to Jason Osborne. He was cut off. Gets it back to Wheat for a three. And DeJuan Wheat, cool, calm, and collected as always.
What a combination of freshmen. The Wizard Osborne to DeJuan Wheat.
Louisville 6-2. Three-pointer by Wheat, along with a two-pointer. So DeJuan Wheat with 5 of the first Louisville 6 points. Here's good, left open for a three.
I've seen something tonight that we didn't see two weeks ago. Sean Good, they think that this kid can really shoot, and they want him to get hot tonight. And Jay Purcell, so I believe Virginia Tech's guards are going to do a much better job tonight.
Minor, who's yet to score, over to Morton. Now they get it into Rozier. He's double-teamed and kicks it back to Osborne, who passed up a three. Now Wheat will take the three.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, DeJuan Wheat has got the composure of a senior. Calmly drills a three to make it 9-5.
And the pass that set him up from Osborne.
They're going to call the basket interference, goaltending on Clifford Rozier. That closes it to a two-point game at 9-7. And we've got a timeout on the court. We'll be back to Blacksburg. This Pepsi preview to remind you that there are some individual game tickets available for University of Louisville basketball. 852-5151, the number to call for a very limited number of individual game tickets. This telecast authorized under the rights granted by the University of Louisville Athletic Association to WDRB TV, Fox 41. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, other uses of audio or video portions of this telecast without the express written permission of WDRB, Fox 41, or the University of Louisville Athletic Association is prohibited. Underneath, the basket is up, and it is good by Rozier.
That's one thing that Virginia Tech cannot afford to do, is allow Louisville to get offensive rebounds tonight.
That's the first point of the game for Rozier, who had missed twice from the free throw line earlier. Now they call an offensive foul down here. That's the turnover, rather. Second turnover on Virginia Tech. They put the personal foul on Ace Custis, number 1.
And we can see that they believe, Coach Foster from Virginia Tech, that Ace can post up just about anybody except Rozier down low.
Louisville came in as Bill Foster directs the Virginia Tech Hokies. They've been shooting 60% from the field, 2 for 2 from three-point range. That has been thanks to DeJuan Wheat, who's hit both of his three-point attempts. Morton double team, kicks it over open. Wheat hits another three. That's 3 straight threes by DeJuan Wheat. Won the Southern Mississippi game on Saturday with a shot at the 6.5-second mark. Carruth inside, no basket, traveling on the senior Jimmy Carruth, number 40.
And those are the kind of baskets that the Hokies are going to have to convert tonight. And also, DeJuan Wheat, we see the pass inside. Carruth, let's see. Yeah, he hopped. It was a travel.
14:22 to go. First half here at Blacksburg. Louisville with a pass now to Osborne. Jason Osborne kicks it back to Minor. Osborne wide open for three is Morton off the mark with a rebound to Rozier. Puts a move or two on, flips it up, no good. Morton falls down with a rebound, and he's called for traveling.
And you can see Louisville 2 offensive rebounds. That's something the Virginia Tech is going to have to do. Find people, box them out. Rozier, great move. Nice left, used his left. Here comes Morton for the rebound. No block out for Virginia Tech.
On the drive, shot doesn't go, but it's tipped back up and in by Custis.
He is a fine basketball player.
14-9, Louisville's lead trimmed to 5. Out front to DeJuan Wheat. Wheat with 11 of Louisville's 14 points. Jason Osborne to Rozier. Tries to get inside, flips it up, no good. And he does control the rebound. Ball picked off against Minor, under the basket, no good. Waite has it knocked away, but it's recovered by Minor. Clock moves down to the 13-minute point. Louisville 14-9. Rozier goes to the baseline. He's cut off. He's double teamed, forced out of bounds, and the call is a foul. And they put it, I believe, on Smith.
Sean Smith is deceptively quick. He blocked Rozier with his body there. You see the pass inside. Rozier, he usually goes around people with that quick spin move, but Sean Smith was quick enough to cut him off.
And wide enough at 6'6", 270.
Rozier's 235 and Sean Smith is 270.
Osborne's basket makes it 16-9 and a 7-point Louisville lead. Smith over Rozier, tipped up, and Custis has it roll off. He's fouled, probably going to go on Greg Minor.
The Hokies are in this period now where they are having trouble scoring. They cannot afford these long. Custis thought about dunking it, didn't have enough lift. Went after it again.
The foul on Minor here is first, and Custis goes to the line. Ace Custis out of Eastville, Virginia. The freshman is averaging just over 11 points, 9.7 rebounds per game, but only 58% from the free throw line.
You know, and he's only 201 pounds, and to get in there with those big guys and rebound like he does is incredible.
1 out of 2, 16-10, 12:28 to go first half. Morton drives the baseline and dunks it.
Dwayne Morton, M&M combination.
Everybody has scored in the starting Louisville lineup with the exception of Greg Minor.
That's what I like to see Morton do more of, is use his quickness, put the ball on the floor, and go to the hoop, attack it.
Purcell being guarded outside. Now it's knocked away. Louisville's defense beginning to turn it over or produce the turnovers. That's 4 by Virginia Tech. They work it to Rozier. He whips it inside. Minor got it.
First Morton, then Minor, M&M.
Now every starter has scored. 11 of the 20 points have been by DeJuan Wheat. Louisville 20-11 or 20-10.
Louisville's passing is awfully sharp tonight. They really look good passing the ball, recognizing the open man.
He's very deceptive, Sean Smith, with his 6'6", 270 pounds. He can move around the basket.
Quick. He's quicker than he looks.
Wait for 3. This one off the mark, a little bit off balance. And Smith has the rebound. So Virginia Tech threw it away on the sideline, but the save by Minor goes to Purcell. And Jim Jackson. Purcell will settle the Virginia Tech offense down. Plenty of time with 23 seconds on the shot clock. They throw it away, and turnovers. That's 5 now beginning to haunt Virginia Tech early. Jason Osborne guarded by Smith. Here's Morton. Backs it out. And along the baseline, Morton hits. Dwayne Morton has been hot the last 4 games.
He's hot, and he's quick, and he's putting it on the floor going to the hoop, and I think that really makes him tough to stop. Now look at Tech. Play 10 minutes and only have 12 points on the basketball on the board.
When you have your big man firing threes, something isn't right. Now you got Osborne firing a 3.
That big man can put it down, though. He has a total package. He can do everything well.
That's 4 3-pointers for Louisville. At the 10-minute mark, 25-12, 13 points, the biggest Louisville lead.
With all due respect to Virginia Tech, Jackson, I thought Louisville was looking ahead to Georgia to play Georgia Tech last time they played, and this time I think they're ready with 4 days rest.
Denny Crum brings in 3 substitutes, Kaiser, Rogers, and Matt Simons. Timeout on the court, Louisville by 13.
Kentucky.
Each game will be announcing our Arby's Super Sub of the game. A non-starter from a previous game will be selected in each Fox 41 telecast. Our Arby's Super Sub is, you see here, number 4, Tick Rogers, who's come off the Louisville bench, averaged 4.7 points, 3.6 rebounds, and has 23 steals.
Look at him out, get a steal, and just blow by everybody down the floor for a layup. He has heart. He is a fighter, and I think he makes Louisville tough when he comes off the bench.
The Arby's roast beef sandwich, delicious and sold every day in 39 Kentuckiana Arby's restaurants. Louisville right now hitting 66.7% from the field, hitting 80% of their three-pointers, 4 out of 5, and leading Virginia Tech 25-12 here in Blacksburg. As we move into the 9.5-minute part, Purcell throws one up, just kind of launched it with his right hand. Not much of a shot.
You know, their two biggest scorers, Jay Purcell and Jimmy Jackson, aren't stepping up. They need those guys to step up. They're still on 12 points this half.
Miner misfired the three, but the rebound went to Osborne, and now Greg Miner to Matt Simons. Kicks it back to Rogers. Brian Kaiser, a three-point shooter, but he doesn't take it. Shot clock at 21 seconds.
Oh, more. Osborne had him backdoor, and Miner couldn't get it there.
Miner, a little jump shot. Rebound, Miner.
Another offensive rebound. Louisville is putting on a clinic and passing the basketball sharply tonight.
4 points for Greg Miner. 27-12, 15 points. Biggest lead for Louisville. 8:34 to go, first half here at Blacksburg. Watlington in the game misses. Brian Kaiser picks up the rebound. Jason Osborne, shot not good.
And Dave, the Hokies have been on 12 points for 5-6 minutes now.
They feed inside to Smith, and he is fouled by Simons, the freshman out of Shelbyville.
I think we'd have to give Louisville's defense a lot of credit because the Hokies have passed the ball well. We see the ball at the key inside. Sean Smith. Mr. Matt Simons says no easy basket here, Mr. Smith.
Well, that's the third team foul on Louisville first half, and puts Smith at the foul line where he's been hitting 66%. He's got 2 shots coming, averages 11.5 a game.
I think Sean Smith could, I mean, he worked out with the football team last summer with weights and some running. We see Coach Crum saying, good job, freshman.
Jason had quite a smile on his face. Things have gone well early for Louisville as they lead 27-14 by 13 over Virginia Tech.
Sean Smith could lose some more weight and do more running. He needs to be able to go longer and a lot quicker out there. He is a fine ball player, though.
Shot clock moves to 10 seconds. Simons loses it down on the floor. Jay Purcell has the ball. At 6 turnovers for the Cardinals. Watlington to Smith. Corey Jackson throws it over to Jackson, who scores out.
Oh, that was one heck of a move. Travis Jackson, that's the third Jackson. We've got Corey Jackson, number 4. Corey Jackson inside. What a pass to Travis Jackson. He switched it from his right hand to his left hand and laid it in there in traffic. Pass Corey Jackson, Travis Jackson, and he put it down. They believe that Travis Jackson is one of their better perimeter shooters, but they need him inside. They need some help inside, so he's playing a lot more inside. Played 4 years of football in high school also.
He missed the foul shot, but the rebound now controlled by Louisville. Kaiser over to Miner. Rozier has come back. Matt Simons has gone out. They kick it back open for 3 as Tick Rogers, and it came out on it. Rebound, though, to Rozier.
Did you see what a great hands? The ball was going out of bounds, and Rozier reached over like a bear claw and grabbed it.
Rozier looked at the official in disbelief that no foul was called. Miner comes up with it. Another turnover for Virginia Tech. They've had a bunch of them, and it's cost them. They lead, or trail rather, by 11. Rozier draws Smith, and he goes down hard.
That's 270 pounds worth of man pulling a 235-pound man down. We see Morton, great pass. Look at that sharp passing. Sean Smith grabs him. Nope, not going to give up the easy shot.
As Sean Smith goes over to the bench.
And he's tired. See, they can't afford for him to get tired that quick. That's why he's got to get himself in better shape.
He's got 2 fouls, and Bill Foster will have to make some changes. Virginia Tech trails Louisville 27-16, 6:40 left, first half in Blacksburg. Rooms in Simmons. How many national titles has U of L won in basketball? You ought to know that. Well, the registers, stop by Furniture Showrooms in Middletown and drop your answer in one of the entry boxes. All correct entries will be eligible for the grand prize, a trip for 2 to the '94 Metro Tournament in March in Biloxi, Mississippi. Right here, it's Louisville 27, Virginia Tech 17. On the Hokies' home court in Blacksburg, where they've not lost this year. Minor connects for his 3rd field goal. Greg Minor averaging just under 14 a game and 5 rebounds. He does a complete job for Louisville.
Look at that. Look at the steal.
Quick hands of Morton pick it up to Tick Rogers on the break.
The Hokies are in trouble tonight.
It is 31-16. They are down, the Hokies, by 15 to Louisville at 6:11 to go in this first half. Travis Jackson, outside shot, air ball, fight for the rebound, a whistle and a foul underneath.
Foul number 23, Greg Minor. That's his 2nd personal team foul number 5.
Papa John's Pizza. Don't forget to order your Papa John's Cardinal Special, a large double pepperoni pizza for only $7.88. That's at Papa John's.
Returning for the Cardinals.
Dave, I think that the Hokies are in shock. They're not the same team we saw 2 weeks ago, but Louisville is a lot sharper on both ends and a lot quicker tonight.
Free throw is off the mark by 21. Sean Good out of Columbus, Indiana, 6'2" sophomore. You see his averages, what he's done so far tonight. It's 1 out of 2. 31-17. Louisville's lead at 14 as we move inside 6. U of L came in at 14-2, off to their best start in many a year. Pass to Morton. Fight for the basketball. Players down. Good and Morton, and Good gets the foul. That's 3 on Sean Good.
Yes, we see the great backdoor cut, great backdoor pass to Morton. Couldn't see it came from DeJuan Wheat. Just couldn't handle it, and then beat Sean Good to the basketball. That's been happening all night. Louisville's mentally sharp. Their legs are rested. They're quick, both offensively and defensively, and it is causing the Hokies all kinds of problems.
Rozier drives on Caruth and puts it in. Rozier has 4 points on 2 field goals.
The Hokies' game strategy tonight was Caruth more healthy this time. They thought he could do a better job containing Rozier by himself so the other players would not have to help as much. He cannot do that with the quickness of Rozier. He's going to need some help on the double team when it goes inside.
2 weeks ago, Caruth was coming off the stress fracture of his foot and did not play but just a few minutes against Rozier. Corey Jackson inside the 3. Circle, no good. Caruth, the rebound.
Oh my!
Louisville's lead at 14.
Caruth.
Here is a steal picked up in the backcourt by Ace Custis. Well, that dunk could ignite something here. Purcell 2-pointer. They will not give him the 3.
Louisville on the verge of blowing Virginia Tech out in the first half. Now they're back in the basketball game just that quick.
33-21. Here's Morton. Shot blocked by Caruth. So Jimmy Caruth is doing what Coach Bill Foster wanted him to do. 3-pointer, no good. And a foul is called. We'll go the other way. It's going to be on Virginia Tell you what,
it's a good thing that Sean Good shot we see here from deep didn't go down, because we would not have been able to hear ourselves in this arena had the shot gone down.
33-21, a 12-point Louisville lead. And 7 fouls now on Virginia Tech, and puts Brian Kaiser on the free throw line. Tech Rogers with a rebound. He wants to put it back up and does. No good. Way off the mark. Morton. He draws. No, they say traveling on Morton.
But that was 2 more offensive rebounds for Louisville. Virginia Tech is going to have to get even more physical to block out Louisville's quickness off the glass.
33-21, Louisville by 12. 4 minutes and 3 seconds first half. Watlington lost it going by, and they got a foul on Tech Rogers.
I don't know about that. I don't think the official was in position to really see the he was screened out, in my opinion. I don't know. He thought it was a foul. We'll look here. Watlington's quick. He's their quickest player. Oh, I have to admit, the official was right. He must have seen it.
Got him across the arm.
Mr. Official, I apologize. But you see how Watlington beat his man and was going to the hoop. He is very fast and quick. And he also won the Prep Stars dunk contest coming out of high school. So if he gets an opportunity to get on the basket, he can dunk it.
Denny Crum, complaining about something, has all 3 officials talking and now going over to explain something to Bill Foster.
The only thing I can think of at this juncture.
Not a shooting foul?
Not a shooting foul. Denny must be arguing.
1 and 1, they're saying.
That it was not a shooting foul.
That is team foul number 6 on the University of Louisville. Timeout. U of L by 12. We'll be back.
Now, a news.
Here's our Delta Airline flight of the game.
And I mean, he was in the upper stratosphere on this one. The pass from the Wizard, spotting the open man up floor. Shot fake. He's such a great shooter. He can get by people because he can get them up. Takes it, plants both feet. Oh! That's high altitude.
And that's Dwayne Morton, and you'll love the way we fly. The Delta Airline flight of the game. Louisville by 12 here in Blacksburg, 33-21 in the first half. Cardinals have led this one pretty much from the very beginning. DeJuan Wheat early in the game had 3 3-pointers. He hadn't shot much lately, but he staked Louisville to an early lead. Osborne back to Wheat. Louisville now has the starting lineup in the game with the exception of Minor. Tech Rogers is the man off the bench that is playing right now. Shot clock, it's at 7. 5. Louisville's got to get a shot off. They go to Wheat. 1-0. They didn't get a shot off.
That was awfully good defense by Virginia Tech. They have Watlington in a game to give them more quickness, because Louisville's quickness was bothering them everywhere, and they seem to have settled down a little bit with him in there.
So that turns it over to Virginia Tech. Louisville not getting a shot off within the 35-second shot clock. Caruth made that dunk a couple of minutes ago. Virginia Tech countered, and Purcell hit a jump shot. But since then, they've kind of cooled down. Watlington. And there's a block. That'll be block number 40 on the year for Clifford Rozier. Number 1 in the Metro Conference.
Tech's last 2 shots by Watlington, who was open, blocked by Osborne. First one now by Rozier.
And nice this was move. A block. Shot is good by 20. Custis. And it's 33-23. We got a 10-point game. Louisville hitting 52% from the field, 67% of their 3-pointers.
Oh,
wide open for a 3.
Oh, my goodness.
And that's 4 3-pointers for DeJuan Wheat.
Great shooting. And Osborne finding the open man and creating a play to help get him open.
14 points for DeJuan Wheat. Here's a 3 from Purcell. It's off the rim. Rebound, Watlington. Had the right idea, off the hands of Custis and out of bounds. Turns it over to U of L. Bill Foster. Settle it down. Denny Crum. Got to be happy, leading by 13 with the 2-minute mark coming up in the first half. Off the bench is Minor over to the scorer's table. He's waiting to come back into the game. They go to Rozier. Lob pass, and Rozier gets his 6th point and a half. 38-23, and Louisville matches its biggest lead at 15.
Tech's got to keep Louisville at 38 or under to win this basketball game this half and in the second half.
Caruth over to the corner. Watlington, three-pointer. Damon Watlington, sophomore out of Reidsville, North Carolina. Gets it back to a 38-26 game. Cuts the Louisville lead down to 12. Rozier drives on Caruth, charging. And that is 17th foul on Louisville in this half.
Rozier puts it on the floor. Nowhere to go. He's got to do a better job recognizing in the high post.
It's his first foul.
Yeah. And being patient enough to give the ball up, hoping to get it back later when Tech's defense goes and gets the shooters.
Coming down to a minute in this first half, Louisville 38-26. Jim Jackson, who averages 15 a game, has not scored. Purcell, 3.
What they did that time was set better picks to get Purcell open. If they can get him open, I think he can knock some down.
At 7 for Purcell. 38-29. Rozier, double team, throws it out of bounds.
This looks like a replay of the half, the end of the first half in Louisville, where Tech closed the big deficit to 10 points going into the second half.
38-29 is the score. 41 seconds is the time. You see the game clock insert on your screen.
Oh, what a great steal. He won't catch him.
He missed it. Follow, no good. Follow again. Minor, no good. Well, that was a great steal by Tech Rogers, but the Cardinals came out of it all empty-handed. Purcell. Ace Custis to Purcell. 8 seconds to go. And a nice defensive move by DeJuan Wheat.
Purcell was not quick enough to get by Wheat on the baseline. He had the whole right side and the base. Wheat, great lateral quickness on defense.
There's the inbounds pass. Jim Jackson. He's looking for his first score of the game. Tipped up. And put up by Caruth. Good at the buzzer.
Caruth is fired up. Jimmy Caruth from Stephen F. Austin High School in Port Arthur, Texas.
Caruth hits the basket at the buzzer, and we've got a 7-point basketball game. We'll be back to Blacksburg in a minute.
The difference between an average season and a great season is being prepared. You need to have your team motivated and ready to play.
Rebound, take it up, over. Who was that? Over Kaiser, boom, slam dunk, and that fired the entire crowd up.
The impact player for Louisville has been DeJuan Wheat. He's hit 4 3-pointers.
Great shooter on a pass from the Wizard.
And that's a look at our Rallies replays. Rallies has it fresh, Rallies has it fast, Rallies has it right. And now let's take a look at our Ford first half statistics. Brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Quality people, quality products. And this will tell the story, I think, of the score in this game, a 7-point lead for Louisville. And, of course, the Cardinals' 3-point shooting, Tony Branch, when we get a look at the statistics, will be pretty good because they hit 5 out of 8, and 4 of those, of course, from DeJuan Wheat.
Big shots, and they were open and good shots coming off of crisp passes. And Louisville, of course, shooting the ball very well.
And the rebounding, which is another important area of this game, Louisville is up 26-19. It's pretty even in turnovers, 11-10. And that's a look at your Ford first half statistics, brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Of course, the scoring, DeJuan Wheat, the only Louisville player in double figures.
I don't know what Virginia Tech can do about that because they've got to help out on Rozier inside. Wheat's going to get open.
Purcell has matched his entire output in the first game 2 weeks ago with 8 points. It's halftime. We're getting ready for the second half. It's a 7-point game. Stay with us on Cardinal basketball.
Hardee's Daily Double Values. Now get any 2 double cheeseburgers for just $2. 2 regular double cheeseburgers, $2. 2 new grilled onion double cheeseburgers, $2. 2 new barbecue double cheeseburgers, $2. Or mix and match. Hardee's Daily Double Values. 2 double cheeseburgers, $2. Now for a limited time.
Will you stop? Give me that.
And now for breakfast, 2 Hardee's mouth-watering sausage and egg biscuits, just $2. Hardee's.
It's official. December '93. History repeats itself. Ford is again #1 in cars, #1 in trucks. And for January '94, it's Ford's bestseller celebration at your local Ford dealer with big savings on the #1 selling small car, Ford Escort. Now with a standard driver's side airbag and still priced thousands less than the competition. Or get big savings on Ranger. Again, the #1 selling compact pickup. Hurry, see your local Ford dealer. Be a part of the bestseller celebration and save today.
Driver, do you have any Bud Light in your vehicle?
Yes.
Then I am Mr. Galliweekich.
You mean Dr. Galakowitz?
Yes, I am. This is so cool.
First time in a limo? Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Great Financial Federal presents great moments from the history of Louisville basketball. In 1959, the Cardinals were back in the NCAA. The opponent, Adolph Rupp's heavily favored Wildcats. U of L was down by 8 at the half, but Coach Hickman had a comeback plan.
The only thing I want to say, I don't want to see daylight between you and your man in the second half. If you do, you come down to the ball game, win or lose. Let's go.
And no daylight was seen as the Cards overwhelmed the Cats 76-61, advancing to the regional title game.
I've seen many beautiful additions and significant improvements to Louisville since making it my home back in 1971. But as important as the buildings and landmarks are to our current and future happiness and prosperity, perhaps the real backbone to our city is its long-standing traditions and old-fashioned values. The folks at Great Financial Federal have known and served Louisvillians for nearly 80 years with those same values. Put that experience to work for you. Great Financial Federal, your key to financial security.
Cardinal basketball is sponsored by Pepsi-Cola General Bottlers, makers of Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and today's All Sport, the isotonic drink of the Louisville Cardinals. By the Kentucky Lottery, it's your game. By your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. And by Kroger, always on the cutting edge.
All right, let's take a look right now at our LDDS long-distance scoreboard, brought to you by LDDS, supporting Cardinal athletics with the Cardinal calling card. Well, the calling card for VCU tonight, a 7-point lead in the Metro over Southern Miss in the first half. Oregon is trailing Arizona by 4 at halftime, or in the first half. UMass trailing Cincinnati. Boy, that's a surprise by that margin of 20 points in the first half. Big Ten, Penn State out to a quick 8-point lead over Purdue. And we'll check in later with that LDDS scoreboard. Tonight, second half of this basketball game, brought to you by Alliant Health System, where wonders never cease. David Sullivan and Tony Branch with you. It's been 14 points by DeJuan Wheat on 4 3-pointers that has powered Louisville to a 38-31 lead over Virginia Tech. They led at 38-23 by 15 points and were outscored 8-0 down the stretch of the first half. Remind you that the Metro tournament this year is going to be played in Biloxi, Mississippi between March the 11th and the 13th. And there are a lot of ways you could go enjoy that. Travel Specialists can help you out at 426-3333.
Again, Dave, Louisville let, if I can say let, Virginia Tech back in the game to be a great basketball team. When you have them down 15, have that killer instinct to blow them out. Keep the pressure on.
Wade flips it to Morton, and he's off the mark, and the rebound goes to Ace Custis. Now Virginia Tech can cut into the Louisville lead a little bit more. They've got it down to 7. So that 8-0 spurt at the end of the half has really put them back in it.
That's one of Louisville's pet plays, and Virginia Tech runs it on Louisville.
They've now outscored Louisville by 10 straight. It's 38-33, a 5-point basketball game. 12th ranked Louisville's got its hands full here at Castle Coliseum. Rozier with 6 first-half points and 7 rebounds.
Oh my, I'm surprised about that call unless I can get a different angle. And we see Morton fake inside to Rozier. He puts it on the floor. No, there was no offensive foul there.
They call it on Osborne, and that's 2 on Jason.
Oh, I thought they called it on Rozier.
Jason Osborne is the man who was hit with that foul. It's his second first-team foul. We're in the first minute of the second half. Again, Virginia Tech can cut into the Louisville lead. It's 5 right now, and they turn it over. Picked up by Jason Osborne.
Jason has quick hands.
Minor, a 3-pointer. Big shot by Greg Minor, who's now got 9 points.
The seniors stepping up when they need it.
41-33, back to an 8-point lead thanks to Minor's 3. Jim Jackson, good, whips it inside to Caruth. He wasn't ready. Picked up by Wheat, and back to Purcell, and Ace Custis, no good, and Minor is up there to bring down the rebound. Morton lost control of it, but saved it to Jason Osborne.
What great effort to save that ball by Dwayne.
And DeJuan Wheat right down the lane, 16th point. And all of a sudden, it's a 10-point Louisville lead. A 5-point lead is a 10-point lead, just like that. Virginia Tech missed a golden opportunity when they had the ball and down by 5. Now they have the ball down by 10. And there's the shot by Good. That is good.
Sean Good looks like he's developing confidence in his game, and he's looking for his shot now. He's aggressive offensively.
6 points for Sean Good, who also has 3 fouls. Osborne. Inside, here's Morton. Puts it back to Rozier.
I think the tempo is more in Louisville's favor. I believe Virginia Tech, we see Morton inside. Quick hands by Jimmy Jackson knocking it out. Morton couldn't get out of lane in time, but it does look like Tech, the tempo is a little faster than they need.
14 Louisville turnovers. They go again with that lob pass. Good. Blocked by Morton. Lays it up and in. That's Custis that scored. 7 points, Ace Custis. 37 for Virginia Tech. They trail by 6. Out on the high post. Tried to get it to Minor, and he's fouled.
I believe that's going to be on Jimmy Caruth.
Jay Purcell.
Oh, no.
Purcell, and that's number 1 on Jay Purcell. Inbounds under the basket. Foul on the play as Morton went after the basketball. Was underthrown on the inbounds play.
One thing I would like to see Louisville do on the inbounds is change up and put another set in there, because teams now are getting so used to that play, they're anticipating that pass behind at the key.
First foul on Dwayne Morton. 43-37. Louisville leads by 6. Led by 7 at the half, up by 10, as many as 10 this half. Rozier tried to block it, out of his reach, out of bounds. They say Virginia Tech keeps the possession.
You have to credit Louisville's defense with all the steals that they've created and intimidating shots inside. All of their players can intimidate inside.
They've got 16 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the ball game. Virginia Tech has trailed since very early. Good is open for a 3. In and out. And it's controlled and then lost by Rozier, and they call a foul.
Great hustle by Jimmy Jackson, number 3 for the Hokies, and they call him Mr. Hustle. He says that, as we see Sean Good here, wide open from good passing. It bounds out. Rozier tips it.
Timeout on the court. That's 2 fouls on Rozier. We'll be back.
Levy's is a home-owned home center, so we know what you need. We have what you want. We'll help you find it. We'll help you load it. We'll help you do it right. At Levy's, you get more.
The Cystic Fibrosis Celebrity Dinner that was scheduled originally last week at the Galt House because of the snowstorm has been rescheduled. It will now be held on Friday, February the 4th at 6 p.m. at the Executive Inn West. 2 tickets still available because now they've got a bigger room. And if you want to call Peggy at 452-6353 for more information. Back to action here. Virginia Tech trailing Louisville by 6. Jackson with it inbounds, and they can try to cut into this Louisville lead of 6.
This is right where Virginia Tech would like to be, close and within reach and having a chance to win the basketball game.
See Tech out rebounding Louisville 4-1 early in this second half. We played just over 4 minutes.
Jimmy Jackson, Mr. Hustle, says that he tries to flavor his game like Larry Bird, his favorite player. Larry Bird, Hoosier. But he can't throw a 6'10" guy that's a little bit stiff, a bounce pass to the knees. He's got to throw it up to it.
Purcell with it outside against Dewan Wheat. Purcell has it tipped away. Shot clock moves down to 10 seconds. They had Dewan Wheat drawn up on the back of Jay Purcell.
That was a very smart play by Jay Purcell because he's not quick enough to get it by Dewan Wheat, as we see here. He tries to make a quick crossover move. Wheat and some help from Morton. So shot fakes, draws him up, draws the foul.
And Jay Purcell now goes up to the line, a shooting foul, where he is hitting 75% from the free throw line on the year. And the senior from here in Blacksburg, Virginia, hits it.
Jay Purcell. He's the hometown hero. He's from Blacksburg High School here.
10, now 11 points for Purcell. Cuts Louisville's lead to 4, 43-39. This is the closest Virginia Tech has been in a long time. 43-39 Louisville. 15:04 to go, and Caruth with a block out of bounds.
Caruth set shot blocking records in Texas as a high schooler and has done a pretty good job here in the Metro. But what great passing by Louisville. The back door and then the cross pass to the forward.
Minor outside with it. 20 seconds on the shot clock as they go to Rozier. He's got a crowd around him. Flips it back. Here's Dewan Wheat. Jump shot Wheat short. Purcell the rebound. And Minor has been hit in the mouth, and the official has called a timeout. An official's timeout.
It's getting very physical inside as we have a 4-point basketball game, and we can hardly hear ourselves talking here.
Well, we've got the student body on top of our necks right here. Bill Foster looks on, and here's a replay of what just happened. Minor working under the board. You see him right now reacting to an elbow. May have been from Rozier. Virginia Tech will inbounds the ball. They trail Louisville by 4. 14:42 to go. They lost to Louisville by a 97-76 score 2 weeks ago tonight.
It's important here for Louisville to get a stop.
Custis to Jackson.
But they don't do it.
That's 4 points for Jim Jackson. It's a 2-point game, 43-41.
Virginia Tech feels like they can win this basketball game.
They go to Rozier. He throws it up and no good, but he gets the foul.
Very dangerous, Dave, because I thought that it was good defense. I thought Rozier caused the contact and that the defense kept their vertical plane. He was determined to score. We see an inside pass from Osborne. Jimmy Jackson comes over and gives Caruth help. Close. They might have violated the vertical plane rule with their arms, but That's a time to give it up and don't force it.
Rozier with 6 points. All of those were scored in the first half.
What Rozier could do is throw it back out and then repost, and the perimeter player could throw it back to him on the double team. And I think that's a good avenue for him to get the ball back.
Rozier hits the second one, and Louisville's lead is 44-41. A 3-point game with 14:09 showing on the clock. And Rozier goes over to the sideline. Inbounds pass in the backcourt to Jay Purcell. Matt Simons off the bench, the freshman.
Important stretch with Simons in, and I think Denny Crum is telling Rozier on the bench now to give it up, don't force it.
Here's good, pass to Caruth, over and good.
Nice move, the big guy. Looks like he's found his game tonight.
6 points for Caruth. 43-44, a 1-point lead for Louisville. 13:47 to go. Matt Simons loses the handle on it out of bounds off Virginia Tech, and Louisville will get it. Simons appears a little bit uncertain of himself.
This is a tough basketball game on the road, and he's just a freshman. And remember, 2 weeks ago when Caruth was in at the same time Simons was in the game, he felt he could score against Simons and attacked him on the basket and scored, I think, 1 out of 2 times.
Well, Caruth, I think, has played every minute so far this second half. Inbounds to DeJuan Wheat. Now, Wheat was the man with a hot hand in the first half. We haven't seen much of him at all here in the second half. Shot clock is at 7. Minor. Shots up.
Great pull-up shot. That's what a senior does for his squad.
That's 11. 11 points for Greg Minor. A 3-pointer and that field goal in the second half. 46-43 Louisville. 1 point has been the closest Virginia Tech has been able to close down the gap in the second half. Well, we said that Tech thought with Purcell deep outside 3-pointer off the mark, out of bounds. Louisville says Don Rutledge, the official, will get the ball. That they thought this home court could be a difference for them.
And they need Purcell not only to take that shot, but he's got to knock it down here at home.
Caruth goes to the bench for a rest.
He hasn't hit that shot thus far in the games against Louisville.
6 points for Caruth. DeJuan Wheat flips it over to Osborne. Out to Minor. 12.5 minutes to go. Osborne to move along the baseline. What a shot. 8 points for him.
He can score, you know, Dave, he could score more points than his 10, 11-point average. He's so unselfish, and he understands what makes a great basketball team. Look at this. He looks like he's going to go middle. Spin move. Left hand in. He's quick in there.
Ace Custis had quite a puzzled look on his face. Where did he go? Could make it a 3-pointer. But does not. Jackson gets it for Virginia Tech. Louisville is 1 out of 3 at the line in the second half. And if there's one weakness in their game, it's been there. Here's a 3 by Purcell. That's 2 that he's thrown up that have been really been off the mark. Good, intercepts it.
Great save by the Columbus, Indiana product, Sean Good.
Good, get a little ragged here. Smith, bad shot.
But
Smith
he goes and gets it.
Blocked by Rozier. Back to Jackson.
You know, Jimmy Jackson has not looked for his shot all night long tonight, and he can shoot the basketball.
48-43, Louisville's up by 5, 11:40 to go in the ball game here in Blacksburg. Good to Custis, to Smith, knocked out of bounds by Wheat.
Really nice passing by the Hokies, and Sean Smith is calling for Mr. Referee. I was fouled.
At the scores table, Tick Rogers waits to come in for Louisville, and there's a timeout on the floor. Louisville is holding on to a 5-point lead with about 11.5 minutes left. Louisville maintains a 5-point lead over Virginia Tech with 11:30 to go here in Blacksburg. It was a 15-point game. Virginia Tech has trimmed it down to a point. You see the shooting percentage comparisons. Tech has upped it from the first half considerably, and Louisville is down a bit from its 50% shooting in the first half. They're Inbound jumper.
Oh. Is that kid tough in there or what?
48-45. Louisville has got a 3-point lead. DeJuan Wheat being dogged by Purcell at midcourt. Wheat with 16 points, the top scorer in the game. Morton with only 4 points goes to the basket and is fouled. He'll go to the line.
Nice move by Dwayne. Putting it on the floor. He's such a great shooter. You got to respect his shot and he can get around you. He puts it on the floor, takes it strong.
Substitution.
On the line.
Number 23, Wellington.
Well, Morton is shooting at 65% from the line. Louisville as a team 63%. As you see, 21 Sean Good come out for Virginia Tech. So as a team, Louisville needs to improve its shooting, and in these foul shooting in these close games, it could make a big difference. And Morton gets that one. 4-point lead.
Such a smooth rhythm. He's much better shooter than that, I'm sure, when the game's on the line in the clutch. As we see, he knocked that one down.
Morton's second shot good as well. So perfect from the line, and Louisville leads 50-45.
I thought DeJuan Wheat knocked that ball off Purcell's leg. Official calls it back for the Hokies.
Inbounds now. Purcell brings it quickly in the front court to Jackson, driving one man by over.
Had to switch it to his left hand. Rozier was there. Nice play by Jimmy Jackson.
Jimmy Jackson with the basket. And a foul is called as Jackson goes to try to make the steal.
You know, the Hokies have really toughened up their defense in the second half. Louisville's only scored about 12 points in the second half in 10 minutes of play.
10:36, the time remaining here. 50-47, 3-point lead. Cardinals inbound pass to Tick Rogers, dangerously close to the sideline. And that's a foul as Tick Rogers received the ball, and it'll go on Watlington, I believe.
Louisville running a little bit of that organized motion offense that they run as a changeup, and it seems to give the Hokies a little bit of confusion defensively whenever they go to that.
They got a 3-point game, 10:24 to go. Louisville, 12th ranked in the country, fighting the Virginia Tech Hokies here. Osborne with the ball into Rozier, in the lane against Smith, puts it up, and it will not go. It rolls off.
You know, what amazes me about Rozier in this instance is there's nowhere to go, and the guy finds a seam and gets through there and is able to draw the fouls. We see here, there's almost nowhere to go, and he's quick and can finesse a little bit in the air and gets by and able to get a foul in those situations.
And disappointed that he could not get that one to drop in. Nails the free throw. Last couple of times here, Morton went 2 for 2 at the line when they needed foul shots, and now Rozier hits the first of 2. Banks the second one in. 3 out of 4 in this half for Rozier from the free throw line. 52-47. You see 10:13 to go.
Louisville pressuring more up the court and pressing, trying to put a little pressure on the Hokies to see if they can handle it.
Virginia Tech has cut this thing down to 1 point at a point at 44-43, and Louisville just keeps fighting off each challenge.
Sign of an awfully good basketball team.
Watlington, Purcell, Watlington a deep 3. And the rebound is taken by Tick Rogers, who has a way of getting in there and picking up rebounds. He averages almost 4 per game as a substitute. Rozier to Wheat. Down the lane. What a move by Wheat. No good. Rozier off of him, out of bounds, and Virginia Tech will get it.
We have to give Louisville's defense credit because whenever they need it, we see what a great move by Wheat here. Didn't quite bank it high enough. But Louisville tightens their defense, seems like when they have to. As you say, it fights off every run by the Hokies.
Smith on the inbounds pass. Virginia Tech down by 5, has the basketball and coming up court again. This Coliseum holds just under 10,000, and it's full tonight, and that is not normal here at Virginia Tech. First sellout since 1991. There's Purcell with a basket.
I believe he got hit in the eye there. I'm not sure if it's bothering him or not.
It's back to a three-point game, 52-49. Here's Sweet, kicks it out to Rozier, and he's fouled by Sean Smith, and I would have that as number 3 on Sean Smith.
Number 42, Sean Smith, that's his third personal.
It looks like Sean Smith and Jimmy Caruth. That's a lot of beef right there. We see great penetration and nice kickoff pass by Wheat. But the two big guys and the two heaviest players for the Hokies are not going to give Rozier any easy baskets. I think they're going to make him have to score from the free throw line. And he's showing right now when it's on the line, he can hit from the free throw line.
He's hit 3 straight. Short with that last one, 53-49. Louisville by 4. 8:45 showing on the game clock. A lot of time to go. Virginia Tech with a 13-2 record coming into this game, 2-1 in the Metro Conference. Purcell on Osborne, knocked away. Now here's Wheat.
Oh, Caruth, what a follow. Great block by Jimmy Caruth, and then a great follow by the R factor, Clifford Rozier.
55-49, a 6-point Louisville lead. From the corner, Watlington, that's a 3.
That young man can score, and he's quick. He's going to be a great basketball player.
55-52. 8-minute mark. Louisville has a 3-point lead. Rozier out at the high post against Caruth. Bounce pass, Minor, turnaround over Jackson, perfect.
That's a nice execution of the high post offense, and again, the senior, Greg Minor, comes through and takes the crowd out of the game.
13 points for Minor, and every time Minor has hit a basket, it's been one of those kind that'll quiet the crowd down and kind of stymie a rally by Virginia Tech. It's 5 points. The lead, 5 points. Jackson for 3. Jimmy Jackson, averaging 15 points a game, has 7 tonight. And it's a 2-point Louisville lead. 7:07 to go in the ball game.
Credit the Hokies, they are not wilting to the number 12 team in the nation.
Osborne to Wheat. Rozier, he's double teamed, kicks it back to Osborne. Here's Minor, jump shot. This one is good.
That was pretty.
I tell you, Minor is hitting all the clutch shots in this second half.
Oh, he's exploding on a dribble and pulling, and he's pulling on them.
59-55. 6:30 left in the ball game. It was a 7-point Louisville lead at halftime. They led by 15. We've got a timeout. Timeout on the court. Bill Foster and Virginia Tech will talk it over. Denny Crum and the Cardinals will talk it over. 6:25 to go. Following the U of L Vanderbilt game Sunday, February the 6th at the Kentucky Fair and Exposition Center. Bid on unique travel packages, a chance to attend special events, and delightfully different items during the Capers live auction. A silent auction, music, dancing, food, and fun also featured. Cardinal Capered, sponsored by The Family Place, a child abuse treatment agency to support its treatment programs. And our next television game will be coming up a week from tonight on Thursday, February the 3rd. U of L takes on UNC Charlotte. Another Metro game live at 7:30. This one's close. Louisville with a 4-point lead. 59-55. 6:20 to go. Tony Branch.
Rozier slapped that basketball away. He was up so high on the block on Purcell's shot, he just swatted it like a fly swat.
3-point shooting, as you can see. Tech's hit all 3 of theirs this half. I don't think DeJuan Wheat has taken one in the second half after hitting 4 in the first half.
We can credit Tech with that. I think they missed shot there by Purcell, but Tech has really tightened up on Wheat.
Custis whips it out. Jackson for 3. Now they've missed one.
I thought Rozier missed a Minor running up the left side there. He could have had a layup had he seen him.
This game is continuing to be close. 55-59, and Minor goes down. A whistle and a foul on Virginia Tech. Greg Minor has had a three-pointer and 3 field goals in this half.
Osborne is so tall, and he has what I call condor arms.
Number 21, Sean
such a long wingspan that he's able to throw that lob pass with ease, and he has such great court vision. But Minor has been a man among boys when the game has been close and tight tonight.
Minor 68% at the free throw line, hits this one. 16 points tonight. He's tied with DeJuan Wheat for scoring honors. Now he has it all to himself. Minor, the senior, with 17. Wheat, the freshman, with 16. Louisville, 61-55. 5:36 left here in Blacksburg. Sean Good to Purcell. Caruth.
Oh, my. Over Rozier. What a great jump hook.
8 points for Jimmy Caruth, the senior, out of Port Arthur, Texas. Averaging 5.3 a game, coming back from a fractured foot. We come near the 5-minute mark. Louisville 61-57, protecting a 4-point lead. Jump shot, Osborne off the mark. Rebound by Morton. He'll go in the lane and launch one. And got it. That is the first field goal in the second half for Dwayne Morton. I've got him with 8 points. Louisville up by 6.
And he's well rested. He was on the bench for a while, and he looks fresh.
Caruth taken away. Osborne tried to throw it up court, but they call a foul.
Very smart foul by Virginia Tech, because Louisville would have had a layup, probably a dunk, had that foul not occurred. So that's a very intelligent foul. I think Caruth was a little too far on the floor here for what he needs to do with the jump hook. He swipes and fouls.
Caruth got the foul. That's number 2. And Jason Osborne is at the line.
You know, the Southern Mississippi game, Coach, on that last second shot, Coach Crum had designed that play for Jason Osborne to get the ball in the corner off a pick along the baseline, and that shows how much confidence he has in this freshman because of his basketball ability and his knowledge of the game.
Osborne misses on his second one, but Minor comes away with a rebound. Tick Rogers sets the offense. Here's Morton. Rozier in the lane, makes his move to the basket.
Great move. Great move.
14 points for Rozier. He's got 8 rebounds. 66-57. Louisville opens up a little cushion of a lead.
I believe Sean Smith has a problem. I'm not sure what it is. Looks like he's been hit in the mouth. I'm not sure, maybe bleeding, so he has to come out. A busted lip, so he has to come out with the HIV rule.
It's 4 minutes and 6 seconds on that clock. 66-57, Louisville with a lead over Virginia Tech. Tech has never been able to have the lead in this second half. Got it to one. Purcell jump shot. Louisville crashing the boards, and Tick Rogers was out of bounds, and Tech will keep it.
You know, Louisville, credit Louisville's defense. They're making it tough for Virginia Tech to score when Virginia Tech really needs to close in.
Bill Foster, Denny Crum had the timeout to talk it over at 3:57. Well, we're back, and Louisville's got a couple of big games coming up later in the season. One of them in the 7-up shootout. And there is a trip down to Orlando put together by travel specialists. Louisville will be playing Temple in that 7-up shootout. 426-3333, the number to call to look into the packages available. Back to action. Jackson fall away shot, no good. Rebound, Ace Custis. Foul is called, and they're going to put it on, I think, Tick Rogers. And that'll be 2 on the sophomore from Munfordville, Kentucky.
Ace has such great timing, and he's a good jumper. Gets in there and gets his space. and anticipates. The one key to a great rebounder is watching the flight of the shot. When you can see the flight of the shot, you can better anticipate where the ball's coming off, and he does that very well.
Let's see what Custis does at the line. Got it. Have him as 1 of 3 from the line, 66-58. Louisville's lead. And Custis will try to cut it down, and he does. Another point. It's a 7-point game at 3:51 to go. Louisville continues to meet every challenge that Virginia Tech has thrown at them.
This is now where that new rule comes into play, because Weed has been closely guarded more than 5 seconds, but he doesn't have to give up the ball. Great give and go!
A great move by Dwayne Morton. Now,
that one play's worth the price of admission right there. Too bad that was called back.
66-59. It's still a 7-point game. .312 to go. Inside, Custis. Got it.
Oh, my. That was over both Morton and Rozier. When he touches it inside, he's proven that they cannot stop him, Custis.
66-61. Virginia Tech has scored the last 4 points. 2:50 on the clock. Morton again drives. This time he is hammered, and hammered hard.
Dave, I think what's happened, I haven't seen Morton this year go to the basket as much as I've seen him tonight here against Virginia Tech. Look at that quickness, putting it on the floor with his offhand, taking it strong. And because he's a great shooter, I think they're pushing up on him, and so he's going to have to take it to the basket. So great shooters out there, work on your ball handling. You've got to put it on the floor because defenses are going to press up on you.
He's hit all 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And I don't believe that one touched the net or the rim. That was all net.
That one did. No good. And the rebound comes out to Virginia Tech. Fast break, other end. Shots up and in. Hit by 21, Sean Good. He's got 8.
You're not going to stop Sean Good in the open floor when he gets on the basket like that.
67-63. Louisville by 4. 2.5 under, 2.5 to go. Inside Minor, knocked away and saved by Ace Custis. They got a 4-point game, 2:11 to go. Virginia Tech, who could get no closer than 1 so far. Good. Jump shot short to Minor.
They just don't have anybody when Louisville tightens up to really go get a good shot.
1:53 to go. 67-63. And Louisville, Denny Crum, a timeout. Stops it in 1:51. It's a 4-point game. Reminding you of the Metro Tournament coming up in March the 11th through the 13th in Biloxi, Mississippi. Some good packages put together for you to get down there through travel specialists, 426-3333. They can help you plan a very enjoyable trip to the Metro Tournament. And I'll tell you, if the tournament has games like this, it'll be quite a basketball tournament. Virginia Tech trailed Louisville by 15 points. They cut it to 1 point. And Louisville will stretch it back to 7 or 8, maybe up to 10. And now, as you see, Tech has trimmed it back, Tony Branch, to a 4-point game at 1:51.
I can see how they beat Tulane in here, South Florida in here. They are a different basketball team when they play here in Castle Coliseum.
That score can tell you that. Louisville won 97-76 at Freedom Hall. The free throw shooting tonight, 55% for Louisville, and really most of the made free throws have been in the second half when they've really needed them. They've had no outside shooting from DeJuan Wheat in the second half. He was red hot in the first half. Down to a minute and a half. Jimmy Jackson right on DeJuan Wheat. Wheat works open for a three. No good. Rebound to Caruth.
Big rebound in traffic by the big guy, Caruth.
Here's good for a three. So back-to-back three-point shots launched by these teams that are no good.
Tech just hasn't been able to knock down the big shot when they needed to close the gap to one or tie it or go ahead.
Press is on. Louisville 67-63. A minute 12 to go. You'll see the scoreboard insert.
I would think they'd want Clifford Rozier to get the ball here and then try to foul Clifford Rozier.
And hacking away is Custis on Jason Osborne.
20, Custis, that's his four.
That's 4 on Ace Custis out of Eastville, Virginia, the freshman. And Jason Osborne, the Louisville freshman, goes to the line.
Not a bad strategy, also fouling the freshman in this situation to see what they'll do. Let's see what Jason will do here at the line. Little hard. That one hit the back of the rim.
That one went through. 68-63. Virginia Tech down by 5 with the ball inside a minute to go.
They've got to get a quick shot.
Caruth. Now Purcell. He's tempted. He takes a three. It's off the iron and the rebound. Outlet up to Wheat on the breakaway. And he slams it down for his 18th point. And that makes it 70-63.
Virginia Tech needs a player in a situation where you've got to shoot. To get the shot off the dribble, they can go get their own shot. And that's what this team is lacking tonight.
The officials stop play and are over conferring at the scorer's table. Wheat's basket is good. The score is 70-63 with 36.5 seconds to go. And now they'll put the ball back in play. Virginia Tech under the Louisville basket, down by 7. And they are now in desperate straits. They've got to hit a couple of threes if they have any dream of getting back in. It's intercepted by Wheat, and now Louisville's got the ball, and it is Wheat that is fouled as Purcell comes over to commit the foul, stops the clock, and Wheat, an 80% free throw shooter, will go to the line.
Yes, very good free throw shooter, very good shooter from anywhere, and he is certainly not the guy that Coach Foster wanted fouled in this situation. But, you know, they don't have a choice. Once they threw the ball away, they've got to stop the clock and get the ball back, so they have to foul whoever had it. Wheat had the basket.
Unofficially, we have Wheat with 18 points. Make it 19. And it's 71-63.
DeJuan Wheat has hit a lot of pressure free throws, pressure shots.
Won the game last time out against Southern Mississippi at 6.5 seconds with a jump shot.
He has the poise of a senior, and he's just a freshman. I know that that may give a few coaches in the Metro ulcers.
That one's good. 2 out of 2. 72-63. Louisville now has just got this one pretty much put away at 9 points in 25 seconds and under to go. They get it out for Watlington on a 3. And Morton has the rebound. And there are 13 seconds to go. Rozier for the slam. That's just kind of putting a period on everything. 7 seconds to go. Smith to Jackson. Off his hands. We'll have 3.9 seconds left. But Louisville has wrapped it up here at Castle Coliseum, 74-63. But it was a close game most of the way.
Very competitive game. Virginia Tech, a formidable opponent tonight.
That's it. The final horn has sounded, and Louisville comes out of Castle Coliseum a 74-63 winner over Virginia Tech. That'll up Denny Crum's team to a 15-2 record, and that is the best start they've had in a long time. Last time that Louisville opened up 15-2 was in 82 and 83 when they made it to the Final Four. Could this be a predictor of better things to come? Coach Crum has said this team still has not played as well as it's capable of playing.
I agree. And what I think this team is lacking, other than free throw shooting, is the killer instinct. They had them down by 15, allowed them to come back. Of course, give Virginia Tech credit, but let's have a killer instinct.
We'll be back to wrap it up here in Blacksburg. Stay with us. Louisville wins it. We're back at Virginia Tech here in Blacksburg to wrap up this Louisville victory, 74-63 over the Virginia Tech Hokies. It moves Louisville now to 15-2 and 5-1 in the Metro Conference. They'll continue the road trip going to Virginia Commonwealth in Richmond to play on Saturday. Some big plays in this game, and Tony Branch and I'll review those with you now as Louisville comes out on top. First of all, let's look at our Dean Foods dunk of the game. Dean Foods bursting with freshness, the little man, DeJuan Wheat. He had 20 points.
Smart. Took off on a three-pointer by Purcell, and he has hops. Look at that. Boom.
He didn't go in and just softly kiss it off the backboard. He slammed it in, and that is our Dean Foods dunk of the game, and it came at a very important time. And, of course, we will also be taking a look at some of the best plays of the game, and one of those, I think, is coming up, and that is the Miller play of the game. Let's take a look now at our Miller play of the game as we're telling you, of course, DeJuan Wheat's dunk of the game certainly came at a very crucial part of the game in the late part. Here, though, is the Miller play of the game.
All right. Rozier with the basketball. Everybody has to play tight defense. He goes one-on-one against Sean Smith. Look at that spin move quick. Nice play by Rozier.
And we have 16 points for Clifford Rozier, and I'm sure he was in double figures with rebounds. At last official count, he had 8 rebounds. That's our Miller play of the game. And so Louisville wins it here tonight, 74-63. Let's take another look now at our LDDS long-distance scoreboard, brought to you by LDDS, supporting Cardinal Athletics with the Cardinal calling card. In the second half, VCU leading Southern Mississippi, setting up a game on Saturday, of course, against Louisville coming into Richmond, Virginia. In the second half, Arizona is leading Oregon. UMass is down in the second half to Cincinnati by 4, and Penn State is leading Purdue by 5. That's at halftime in a Big Ten game. But the final score here again was 74-63. Louisville winning it. Tony Branch, Virginia Tech had this down to 1 point at one point, but Louisville was able to meet each challenge and bring it back and win it going away.
That's a sign of an outstanding basketball team. My player of the game tonight is Greg Minor, because Greg Minor stepped up. When Louisville needed a basket, when Virginia Tech would close in, it seemed like Greg Minor hit at least 4 or 5 of those. When that happened tonight, when the crowd was in the game, he took the crowd out of the game, settled the team down when you do that as a senior.
And when you total it up, Greg Minor had 17 points. It was a balanced game with Wheat with 20, Minor with 17, Rozier 16, Osborne 10, and Morton had 9. But I think one thing that we must mention is off the bench, Louisville got only 2 points tonight from Tick Rogers. Nobody else. Simons did not score. Brian Kaiser did not score. And, of course, Denny Crum knows he's got to get some more point production off that bench.
One thing is it's such a tight game. Denny wanted, of course, stay with his starters. Kaiser didn't really get to play that much. Tick, I think, can come through when the game's on the line. I trust him. I feel confident with him in there in a tough situation on the road like this. But again, of course, that's a question mark for the Louisville basketball team, is the strength of the bench.
Overall, though, Tony Branch, I'm sure that Denny Crum and his staff have to be pretty pleased with winning on the road here at Virginia Tech in one of the more hostile environments they'll be playing in.
And not an easy basketball game. Virginia Tech was a tough opponent tonight. Have to be pleased with the W on the road here.
Okay, enjoyed working with you tonight, Tony Branch, and another Louisville victory that moves them to 15-2 on the year as they win it 74-63, and now take aim at VCU in Richmond on Saturday to try to avenge one of the 2 losses Louisville has suffered this week, or this season. And next Thursday, Fox 41 will be back with you with Louisville basketball as U of L in the Metro taking on UNC Charlotte live at 7:30. That is next Thursday, February the 3rd. Executive producer of Cardinal Basketball, Ron Mack. Tonight's game produced and directed by Lou Rainoni. David Sullivan and Tony Branch saying so long from Blacksburg, Virginia.
Win over the Hokies of Virginia Tech. The Cardinals improved to 15-2 and 2-5 in the Metro. Let's take a look at the highlights. Bill Foster's guys have cooled off since the beginning of the season. DeJuan Wheat helped that cause, hitting 4 threes in the first half, scoring 11 of U of L's first 14 on the way to 20 points. Dwayne Morton looked strong on the baseline, slamming home 2. The Cards led by 15 with 2 minutes left after the hoop by Rozier, but an 8-0 Hokie run cut it to 7 at the half. It was a 3-point game late in the second half before Louisville began to pull away, but Tech made it tough most of the way before falling 74-63. Greg Minor hit some big hoops. He had 17, as did Rozier. The Cards are at VCU on Saturday. Checking